May I go next?
Certainly.
Okay. Sorry, I can't stand up. I have a broken ankle right now, so I'm just kind of hobbling on
Okay.
it. So I am Tiara.
Yes.
I'm going to be the one giving the speech.
I'm Wesley. Hi.
I'm Jake.
I'm Justin.
Carrie.
I'm Emily.
So I think that was everybody. Brooke, I'm not sure I heard you. Okay. So my name is Tiara, and I chose the second prompt. I am going to tell you how I got here as to trying to get my associates in education. And I can tell you now, my journey here was not glamorous, and I had plenty of detours. So a few years ago, my husband and I married, and he brought in 6 children from a previous relationship with him. So I ended up with 6 wonderful stepchildren, and my 2 oldest moved in with us. So my oldest son was like a star athlete, like he was football, basketball, baseball, anything you could think of, he did it. My stepson under him was more academic. He was a straight A and B student. He never had any issues. My oldest son, when he moved here with us, he was about to go into middle school, which is a little different here than where he's from. They moved from a small town called Bassett, which nobody has ever heard of, even though everybody has heard of Bassett Furniture, which is where that originated. So they moved from that small town, and he was already struggling, and it was a little difficult for him to try to keep up with wanting to do sports and being able to keep up with his schooling in order to be able to play sports. So my husband and I had many discussions, and we talked about just taking sports away from him, and we actually tried that for a little bit until he could get up with his schoolwork, but all it did was make him depressed, and that in turn made us depressed, and it was just not a happy situation to be in. So my senior year in high school, I actually was pregnant with my oldest son. So my senior year, I did a K-12 program. I'm not sure if anybody heard of that. It is a online schooling program that you can pretty much do at your own pace and during your own time. So we had a discussion of seeing if that was more his speed, and we actually tried that for a semester. And I'm telling you now, that was a lifesaver. He was able to work on schooling at his own pace. Me and him learned our own techniques, and it was just easier where he was able to focus a little bit more on schooling and able to do some sports. And it was just a moment where him and I bonded, and I was more of his tutor. So I'm sorry. We had a moment where we bonded, and he actually came to me and told me that he appreciated everything I did for him, and that nobody has ever taken the time to help him and to further his education. So I think that was a proud moment where I learned that I was a little better at teaching and helping him than he could learn at school. So I think that was a time where I thought that I could do that for a living. So I made that choice, and then I had already had some credits for PVCC. So I just talked to my advisor and saw what I could do to further that into my education degree. And it was just a little easier and simpler for me. So the rest is history, even though history is definitely not a subject that I will be furthering into. So thank you.
Thank you, Tiara. How many kids do you have?
9 altogether.
Wow.
And we're just joined by my youngest son that was not supposed to be here, so throwing me off a little bit.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, if you need to if you think you want to do that again, or you want to find someone to watch them or something, you can do that. Or if it's okay, I think it would be fine with the teacher.
It'll be okay. He's not going anywhere, so that'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Is that Brooke?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're incredibly quiet. I don't know why. If there's maybe a microphone setting, if you could go into that.
I've always had problems with the mic on this computer for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now. You could try using like a pair of headphones next time, but I think it should work this time because she'll just be able to adjust the volume on her own computer.